Whitford. Your mom. Did your mom stand?
Yeah, my mom was the only one standing.
No.
Which is it's really humiliating.
No, there were other people.
I'm kidding.
And your mom is here today for a special reason.
Is she? Yeah, well, for several special reasons. Mostly because I'm on the show, which is the first reason. She came out, my niece Henya got married this weekend, and my mother, I know you have a fantastic mother, and I'm very proud of my mom. She's 88 years old, and she started writing books in her 60s, and she's a wonderful lesson in aging gracefully and happily. So
That's great. That's really great. Where do you live, Brad's mom?
In Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia. Well, thank you for being here. Welcome.
It's such fun.
All right, good.
Now, I was thinking about our previous history. I was your love interest on the Ellen Show. What was it called? It was called
These Friends of Mine.
Yes.
It was before it turned into Ellen. It was These Friends of Mine. You played
a rejected love interest, and
Yeah.
I was really upset that our characters, for some reason, our characters didn't get together, and
Didn't
I was
click.
really
and why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was so relieved when a couple of years later I was like, I know it. Thank you. And I like to think that maybe I changed you and made you go a different direction.
Yeah. You did. I wasn't thinking go in that direction at all.
I know.
And then
One look at me. Yeah.
no, that was a long time ago. And,
Yes.
and look at you now. And you're on a great show.
I'm very, very, very lucky. I love my job and I love the people I get to work with, and I
you're
feel very lucky.
great on it. It was weird to see you. And well, I want to, because I understand you think I was mocking you at the Emmy when you won your Emmy when I hosted the Emmys a few years ago.
Yes, you were incredible, by the way. And
well-
she was great at that. And that was after 9/11. It was very difficult. But you mocked me. You mocked me a little bit.
I did not mock you.
No, and it just combined with the whole guest shot experience.
You're holding on to that from 4 years ago.
I am. I think I can change you.
Yeah. All right. Well, you tell your wife and kids and explain that you have a mission, and I don't think it's considered cheating when it's actually
No. It's a service.
No,
thing.
here's what I was not mocking you. He stood up, and you probably don't remember this when he won his Emmy, but you thanked your wife and said, "My heart is so full of you," among other things. But he said, you know, you said some really beautiful things, and I walked out and I went, come on, like in a sweet way, like that was too, seriously, in a sweet way, and I said...
It just seems like an intimacy issue. I don't know. It just
no,
seems...
and I said, take that, Rita Wilson, because Tom Hanks is always the one who, like, gushes over Rita Wilson.
Right.
You thought
I was edging into Tom Hanks territory.
I think you were definite. My heart is so full of you is a sweet thing to say about your wife.
Well, yeah, it's better than why aren't you attracted to me? You
Yeah.
know, there's a whole other way to go in this speech.
Yeah. And then everybody would just stop. And
yeah, it would be a weird moment.
I
think it would be interesting in those ceremonies if somebody would go up and just sort of air a marital problem during a speech instead of thanking.
Right.
Really get into some difficult stuff.
Right. Say we never see each other anymore, and I don't know how we keep this going.
Right. It's a sham.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, how do you keep this going? You and your wife, Jane Kasmerick, you both work full time, and you have. Like 12 children?
No, we have 3 children. Going from 2 to 3, you realize that there's a very fine line between having a family and really animal husbandry. It becomes a much more chaotic thing. But we have 3 really, really wonderful babies. In fact, Mom, did you have that little wallet-sized
Yes, just a minute.
picture? That's Louisa.
That's cute. She keeps turning it completely around. It's a shame it's not cute. And my heart is full of you right now, but we have to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
You have hair.
Maybe we could. I had a hair the entire. We'll have to start over.
Okay.
So maybe we could take the clothes that he's wearing and you could auction those
and
off.
auction them off, yes.
Tell about your charity.
Jane did the lion's share of the work on this, but we did a thing this year and we did it last year called Clothes Off Our Back, which is also a website, which I have been to, where we auction off all the celebrities' clothes, and we raised over $110,000 for Cure Autism Now and the Union of Concerned Scientists.
That's great.
So look for it next year. And we auctioned off yours, and what do we get for it? Do you have that?
Not enough. I don't think you got as much for my suit as what I paid for it, and it's really sad. Jennifer Aniston's vintage Halston dress. This is after you wear them at the Emmys. They asked for my suit from the Emmys when I hosted it, which. Jennifer Aniston's vintage Halston dress went for $20,000.
Yes.
Jennifer Garner's Narcisco Rodriguez dress went for $4,250. Ellen DeGeneres' Celine tuxedo went for $2,181.99. Who's bidding 99 cents? That it would actually have that.
You would think they would round it up. You know, there's a kind of disturbing option on this. There's a dry cleaning option where you can have the thing dry cleaned before we send it to you, or if you don't want to, we won't. So that you can have Ozzy Osbourne's full...
Aroma? Yeah.
Full... It's a great outlet for the wealthy stalker.
Ozzy Osbourne's went for $700 more than mine. His Yves Saint Laurent tuxedo, probably thinking there'd be pills in there or something. You know, hoping there'd be something left over.
Yeah. The body of a chicken.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, that's a good thing you do. It's a smart thing because you usually don't rewear something you've worn to an event that's
For some reason, there's a problem with that. As a guy, I don't quite understand that if you wear something more than once, you'll be in trouble. But
you can. I think, and the guys do wear tuxedos. Don't you wear the same tuxedo? Or
yeah,
not?
but they keep. You know, the designers give them to you. It's just a good way to raise money.
Yeah, it's a great way. I'm glad you're doing that. And every year it's a different charity, right?
It's always Cure Autism Now, and then a variety of other children's charities.
Great. All right, you know what we could do is we could auction off Justin's underwear because he changes it a lot. Justin Timberlake?
I think you should.
Yeah, I think that's...
You can get money for
that. We'll
that.
send it to your website, to your charity.
Don't try... no, do it.
Before we go, I want it... It's a quick story about sadness and joy at the same time. Your pain that you just went through, well, it wasn't recent, but... Oh,
you're talking about the
kidney stones.
I have a genetic propensity to have kidney stones, which is painful and humbling. But the only good part of it is that they give you very, very powerful drugs when you're in the throes of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kidney stones are supposed to be like the most painful
Yeah,
thing.
you think you're dying and you just want the pain to go away, and they just give you a shot. And the very first time I had them, my wife took me to the emergency room. This is before we were married, and I'm screaming, and they realize what it is, and they say, okay, you need morphine, and they give me this big shot of morphine in my arm, and I'm screaming, and I just leaned up and I looked at her and I said, I love you. I know I'm high, but I love you so much. And then she left, and this nurse came in, and I just looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, look at your body." So that's the sort of upside, is the sort of releasing of affections. And
that's great. Sometimes you have to go through kidney stones to feel that way.
That's true.
That's the lesson. The West Wing is on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock on NBC. We'll be right back with America's oldest teacher, Eleanor Bradley. Thank you.